So tonight on ABC's The Bachelor, it is the episode we have been waiting for all season. Colton jumps the fence. So he's clearly upset about something. And, well, there he goes, up and over, never to be seen again. Well, we're going to have to wait and see. This causes a lot of emotions for the girls that are remaining, 3 of them. All of this happening on the Fantasy Suite night. If that was not enough drama for the Virgin Bachelor, host Chris Harrison weighs in on that history-making jump.
I will reveal this. 1, he was not happy. Okay. 2, I was about 10 yards behind him trying to get him to stop and have a conversation. 3, he clearly didn't want to have that conversation to the point he was willing to launch himself over a wall.
Were you ever at risk of losing him from the show?
I will let you know that yes.
It could be the most dramatic episode ever. Bachelor fans are going to be pretty excited too about our next guest.
They're intimidated by my confidence and how untouchable I am, so I'm not worried about them.
So bam, a very confident Demi from Red Oak, one of the more polarizing contestants on The Bachelor this season, and certainly one of the most entertaining. So we're so happy to welcome her here back on Midday, because you've already been in the studio before, is that right?
Yes, I did my casting call here, so this is so weird.
She said she's having a little, you know, like, oh man, I'm back here again.
PTSD.
So let's talk about, you were here for the casting call. Did you think, hey, I'm gonna land this show?
No, whenever I was doing the casting call, it seemed very surreal, and I didn't think that I would ever actually end up on it. I just thought it was like, you know, a long shot. But I mean, I knew I had a good personality, so I knew I at least had, you know, like 50% chance maybe.
And I'm sure it's that sort of confidence that they were looking at. It kind of reminds me of your Instagram handle, Demi, not Lovato.
Yeah.
You have a lot of fun on that too.
Yeah, absolutely. Social media is like a really fun way to like relate with everyone, and I think you can't really take yourself too seriously on it. You just need to have a good time with it.
And so you went on the show, and obviously you and I were talking during the commercial break that this show you can kind of get in your head because you're so closed off from everyone and everything.
Yeah, like all of your feelings, you know, they kind of get heightened whenever you're on the show, because you're just, you know, you're either like hanging out with the girls, or, you know, you have alone time and you're just thinking constantly about what's going on, like your relationship with the lead, with Colton, how you're being portrayed, how like everyone's gonna see you once the show airs. So, I mean, you can get in your head a lot, but I think the biggest thing was for me, like, don't do that. Like, stay out of your head, you know, have some fun while you're here. Like, all in all, this is going to be an adventure, so like nothing bad's going to come from it.
I hesitate to say villain because I think that that's a pretty strong word, but you were portrayed that way in some episodes, or at least being maybe more antagonistic. Did you find that you were that way, or were you just being direct?
I was just being direct. I did feel like I was a lot different than the rest of the girls, and I was a lot more, I was bolder, like I did bolder things. But, I mean, I definitely don't think I'm a villain. Like, I'm very nice, and I went out of my way to, like, make sure the girls knew, like, I'm your friend, you know?
Let's talk about the massage scene and the going up in that. I mean, I'm sure you've been asked about that a lot.
Yeah.
Was that just a way to get some time with him? I mean, you were making a bold statement.
Yeah, the fantasy closet, you know, I thought that was hilarious because I had my own little room in the mansion. And so I just wanted to like make him comfortable. I didn't want to have a super serious conversation with him because that's what like everyone was doing like in the beginning, and I was like, no, in the beginning of dating this is supposed to be fun. So I just want to have some fun with him, and you know, little robe.
Oh, you did, yeah, you did, absolutely. Were you surprised? I mean, you had, I was mentioning to you, I was a lot of respect for you for being so vulnerable on the show, opening up a part of your personal life, your family life. Were you surprised then after expressing that and opening up? Were you surprised when you were sent home, when you were?
Yeah, I was absolutely surprised whenever I got sent home. You know, looking back, like now that I'm watching the show back, I'm like, oh wow, he had a better connection with the other ladies, like way better than mine. But you know, it did teach me something, that it's okay to be vulnerable, and I don't need to be so scared of it. And like, it feels good to let somebody in.
I think that's a really good point. That's a really great lesson to take into new relationships.
Yeah, absolutely.
So were you a little relieved when it was all over with, or did you sort of miss it? Because I know you said it was one of the best times you've had.
Yeah, no, I mean, I miss it every day. Like, every day I wish I could go back.
Women Tell All is coming up tomorrow. I know you can't say a lot. What can you say?
I can say that it's going to be really good, and there is lots of tea.
Okay. All right. Let's talk about, perhaps, would you like to be the next Bachelorette?
I mean, of course I would like to be the next Bachelorette, but I mean, that would be crazy, right?
It would be, but it would be honest and it would be open.
It would be real, it would be entertaining, and you know, I am ready to like fall in love with someone, but you know, I'm not going to expect anything. I'm just going to, you know, see what happens next.
So you really did go on there because you wanted to meet the right person.
Yeah, I mean, it was an opportunity to find somebody, and, you know, I've spent my whole life with a bunch of guys that are just jerks, and they're not good guys, and they don't have the right intentions. And so whenever, you know, the Bachelor, of course he has the right intentions. He's there to find a wife. So, I mean, it was just an opportunity at it, and so I took it.
Well, listen, it was a pleasure to meet you. I've enjoyed watching you this season. Listen up, all you jerks out there. Want to meet the good guys. Okay, well, hey,
good guys.
Be sure to watch The Bachelor's incredibly dramatic episode tonight. Then it's the Women Tell All tomorrow night. We're going to be watching to see what she's up to, Miss Demi here, and what she has to say. So thanks so much for being our guest, and I'm sure I'll see you around.
Yeah.